Oh, dude, trust me, I know.
So Darren, just to get started off, coming back home after getting one of the longest road trips of the season out of the way, what are some of the takeaways from the Fuego game as you guys prepare to take on Hailstorm this week?
One, Jermaine Jones is a good dude. I didn't know him that well until this year when we crossed paths, but we're fast friends. I talk to him a lot. His version of where he wants to go with the Fuego is not dissimilar to here. People talk a lot of crap about, oh, they're in the bottom of the table, but they're trying to plan for the future. They're going after younger players. So I like his model. They're better than people give them credit for. There's some good players on that team, and we're unlucky not to get 3 points, but you tell yourself at the beginning of the season, if you take 4 points from a 2-game series, that's good across the board. We're just going to have to do it differently with some other teams.
Um, at Fuego, Guy Franca getting his first professional goal, putting in a man of the match shift. What did you see from him? He's been one of these guys that we've talked about at the early part of the season as he was returning from injury. That he was somebody that you were excited about to come in and put that shift on the road. What did you think of that?
Yeah, back to the 10,000 foot thing is we had a lot of injuries early. Tony Pineda too, Guy Franca, Emmy. It's been difficult now getting those guys back. I mean, Guy's not even completely fit yet. He's only started 4 or 5 games. So he's a special player. We're glad we brought him in. I'm really happy for him to score a goal. He's getting better each week, and he was a great addition for us.
And then speaking of those other guys that you mentioned with the injuries, Tony is starting to build up more of that match fitness. Emmy getting his second game in a row too. What are you seeing from them as they continue that recovery, as they start knocking on the door for potential starting lineup positions?
When you pencil what we penciled in preseason on who would start, you're starting to get some of those guys together on the field, right? You need to be too strong in every position, so they're battling with each other to be the best they can be. And we're finally getting to that point. We're not quite there, but we're really close. Guys are starting to get fit. So our best days are ahead of us.
And then Northern Colorado Hailstorm, this is the first game that the Kickers playing against them this year. They had a little bit of roster turnover after a couple of their players were poached by the USL Championship, but they were able to bring in some reinforcements as well. What are the challenges that they present this year compared to last year?
Yeah, they're a team in our league that buys players from the championship. They spend money on guys and they do a good job. There's good players there. They lost some guys. I mean, the kid Trevor Robbins obviously scoring goals in the championship. Good for him. Happy for him. But they replaced those guys with other good players. And the college kid Horde up front is very good. Rendon's been really good for them. So Eamon's done a good job of selecting good players and buying them, taking care of them. So they defend and counter really well. They're going to be hard to contain.
Against Central Valley Fuego, this is what I actually like. You built this team based on the possession-based system, based on the parts you have. How much did the lack of passing, or I should phrase it, the lack of connectiveness in the passing game let you down in Fuego?
Yeah, we were very frustrated. We came at him with a 3-back. We worked on it all week. We just weren't quite in sync, whether it was the travel, whether the coaches got it wrong in terms of the training the week prior. We weren't good enough. And in saying that, we still created enough chances to win the game. We had chances to take that game over. So, some games are going to be like that on the road. I don't, with the training and what we've seen in training, we're not worried about it. We'll see how we do against NOCO tomorrow.
And with the Fuego game, you guys had, I think it was recorded as one shot on target. I, Adrian Bellhurt, he loves the shot from wherever, but how would you like to see other guys be a little bit more risk taking in their shots or trying to just test the goalkeeper?
Variety is always a good thing. Again, Emiliano Terzaghi doesn't play for years. He's played 20-minute stints. The guy can score goals. Getting Arthur or Ryan Sierkowski going just hasn't quite happened yet. Tony Pineda finally healthy. I mean, we're starting to have competition in those spots. You're going to find guys get into rhythm. So variety, of course, but more importantly, we need consistency.
Yeah, and when you brought Tony into the game, it kind of seemed like it helped the attack of him being that release foul. Do you feel like that was kind of like the changing point in that game? It feel like it's been the last 2 games.
Yeah, that's no bones about it. We brought Tony in to be the guy that can stretch the game. We had guys in the past, Owen Gordon, definitely Jonathan Bolaños, that when you bring them in or they start games, they stretch a defense and create space for you. We haven't had that this year. We haven't been able to do it. Now that we have him in, as he gets 90 minutes fit, it helps change the complexion of the team. So we're excited about it.
Yeah. And with the academy kids playing, I know they have like a month break before they get back up, but players such as Gabe Cox, Landon Johnson, how are you looking to integrate them into the squad with the upcoming game on Wednesday against Lionsbridge and the competition kind of wrapping up?
You're Brendan Dobziniak, Jackson Corleone are two more names. They've been training with us now for 2-3 weeks. We have other academy kids in. You're going to see a very nice contingent of academy guys seeing minutes on Wednesday because we're developing them and we want them to grow. We want to see how they do against the competition. At the same time, we have veteran guys that need minutes, so it'll be interesting to see how the week plays out.
And like you mentioned, with NOCO, with that counter-attacking system that they have set up there, with your passing game, how, are you looking to utilize any traps, or how are you looking to use that against them to get the favorable win over NOCO?
They're a pressing team. We're a possession team. So you're going to see them come after us. We're going to have to break their press. We break their press, we're going to be able to get in behind them. If we do that, they're going to have to drop off. So they're a team that when they win the ball, they go fast quickly. So we have to counter press and stop that. And we have to organize defensively quickly. If we don't, it's going to be a track meet of a game, which is entertaining for fans, but a little nerve-wracking for coaches.
Okay, all right. And lastly, in about a week and a half, we have the Hendy Derby coming up.
Mhm.
Do you kind of feel? uh, How are you preparing the guys that haven't played in that game for that game coming up?
Well, first, it's unfortunate that we have to play 4 games in 11 days. I didn't schedule that. I didn't want it. You can say it out loud. I think it's a poor decision, but we have to play the game. So, with we will manage it so that we are as prepared as we can be for a nationally televised game. But you're going to play Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, in a week in 95-degree heat. So we'll see who's available. We've struggled with injuries, and we'll go after and win the game. At the end of the day, we don't. It doesn't change the way that we play. Right now, Madison seems to be one of the top 2-3 teams playing in our league, so we're gonna have to prepare for that. But we went there. Ryan Sierakowski scored a goal against them at the end. It was on sides. We won the game there and ended up with a tie. It's happened to us twice this year, so we're looking to get a win on.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Excellent.
Thanks, Elliot.
Thank you, Elliot.